Juliana Serafin from the Science, Technology, and Research Division called STAR at the Higher Education Policy Commission. And our office basically deals with grant funding from the National Science Foundation and also from the state of West Virginia. But being within the Higher Education Policy Commission, today I'm really going to talk more about higher education in West Virginia and the opportunities in STEM that are there for that. So as was mentioned earlier by Hannah, West Virginia Invests is a grant program where basically West Virginia residents can get tuition and some of the fees that are associated with going to community colleges, or also Potomac State from WVU paid for. So you can go to community college for a very small amount of money. And the programs there, which you saw the website for that earlier in the seminar, there are a lot of STEM options there. So that's the West Virginia Invests program. We also have a program that's called the Engineering, Science, and Technology Scholarship, where students can get up to $3,000 a year for up to 4 years. So $3,000 for each year, so total $12,000, to actually go obtain an associate certificate or a bachelor's degree at 25 institutions across the state. So that pretty much includes almost all the community colleges and the 4-year colleges and universities also. For both of these, there is a requirement that you have to stay in the state of West Virginia after that. For the Engineering, Science, and Technology Scholarship, it's a year for each year that you got the grant. Or if you want to leave the state after that, then you just pay back the money as a loan. So there are a lot of options for that. And it's at that same College for West Virginia website, which the link is at the top of the slide, that both these programs are described in detail, and you can get all the information that you want about them. Lots of STEM options. We also have in West Virginia something called ACE, and these are advanced career education pathways that are really agreements that exist between high schools or career and technical centers and community colleges or universities, where students in high school can get credit that'll be applied to community college, in particular career paths. And I've picked a few of the STEM options for that. There's one in pre-engineering at Parkersburg. There are advanced manufacturing ones, and you also just heard about P&G and Toyota's programs for those, but there are some others, and there's machine tooling. Also, Northern is working on a pre-engineering program. That's Northern Community College. And Bridge Valley has a special grant from Appalachian Electric Power that is for STEM education. So they actually, if you go to Nitro or Riverside High School, you can take classes for which you will get credit for those. I also wanted to mention programs that we know about in HEPC that are specifically geared for STEM students to help make sure that they're successful in getting their degrees, no matter whether those are baccalaureate, associate, or certificate degrees in either the CTC system or the college university 4-year system. One of them is called the First Two Network, and I've provided links here for most of these. First Two Network has an emphasis on keeping first-generation college students and underrepresented minority students in college during their first 2 years as a STEM major. They're funded by the National Science Foundation. And if you want more information about that, you can go to the website. West Virginia also has what's called HISTA, or the Health Sciences and Technology Academy, which is in some certain counties in West Virginia, where middle and high school students start STEM activities and go to a special summer program while they're in high school, and can actually have their tuition waived for either college, or sometimes if they don't take that option, they can carry it over to graduate school. And the HISTA is very successful in helping students be retained in their majors and complete their degree. There's a program called Code West Virginia, for which teachers can actually create computer science classes at their schools through this curriculum that is available. And you can find more information there. So that's a way for a high school in West Virginia or a middle school in West Virginia to actually start computer science classes that will be beneficial to their students. There's also a program called New Force, which is a partnership with Generation West Virginia to help train computer programmers in the state, and then help them find internships that'll lead to employment. Project Lead the Way was already mentioned, and there's a link to that. I know that they have those programs at WVU and Marshall, but I think there are probably others out there. Another one is what's called LSAMP, which is an abbreviation for Lewis Stokes Alliances for Minority Participation. That's available at WVU Marshall and West Virginia State. And basically that's a special program for minority students who are in STEM programs. West Virginia works with Kentucky on that, so it's an alliance of West Virginia and Kentucky, and there's a link to get more information about that. And then finally, I put a link to our own website because we have some videos available that are only 3 minutes long that you can watch and learn about an individual scientist. So you can find out what their day is like, what they're working on, what their projects are, what their education is. So those are called Scientist Spotlight videos, and those might be helpful to students also. And that was really all I have, unless there are any questions.